All right. Welcome everybody to episode 101 of the Daily BLP. I am your host, Bran Collins. And as promised, we have a special guest today. Brandon Gross, who is the newest member of our team here at Panacea Smart Solutions, is here joining me in the recording studio today. And we're just going to go and learn a little bit more about Brandon and the things he brings to the team and some of the exciting things we're going to be able to do once he hits the ground running. So without further ado, is that how that goes? Without further ado. Adieu. It's
a good
word. I have to address something. Word. So this is Jamie is producing today, everybody. So you can't see her, but she's here. She thought our intro was new. We've been using that intro a long time. I didn't talk because the mics were hot and I didn't want to talk during the intro, but that's the same intro as before. That's okay. Yeah, you got a lot going on right now, so it's okay. All right, so let's get started. Brandon, take us through a little bit about yourself. Give us a little bit of your background, starting when you came out of the room. Just kidding. Just give us a little bit of background. Tell us about yourself and then kind of lead into, what you were doing right before you started with us here.
Yeah, absolutely. Man, I grew up in Orange County, California. Born and raised.
Okay.
When I tell people where I grew up, especially when I tell them now where I live and why I'm there, they kind of look at me with a funny look.
Because it goes the other way.
It used to. Yeah, it still does in some ways. But yeah, I grew up by the beach. Couldn't have been more fortunate. Got to go to Huntington Beach all the time. That was the pretty much after school thing. That was where high school was located. It was everything you see on TV.
So you grew up in those schools that we all grew up, at least maybe Jamie and me, Gen Xers, and even maybe the Gen Yers, watching all the movies back in the day in the 80s and 90s, because all those movies were all like LA, West Coast, the schools are on the West Coast, and they're going to the beach, or there's palm trees, right outside the, the school building and stuff. So that was you.
Absolutely. Yeah. You have, you sign up for surf class, or if you're on the surfing team, you're going to the beach. Lunch, in the foyer, you have Domino's Pizza out there, Taco Bell out there. It was a good time, man. It was a really good time.
Cool. All right. Fast forward. You got out of high school. Then what?
Got out of high school. Took a little bit of time working. Wanted to kind of figure out what I wanted to do. You're a kid. You think, I want to do this. I want to make a lot of money. This is what I want. And I quickly realized that I liked being outside. I didn't want to sit in an office all day. I didn't want to talk to the same people all day, do the same thing every day. My dad was is still a general contractor, finish carpenter.
Okay.
So I play hooky or go with him in the summer, school break. So you're out and about, and it just kind of sunk in with me. I thought, I want to be out and about. I want to meet people. I want to do things.
So when did you graduate high school?
2000. I was that guy. I was that class, yeah.
Class of 2000. You're only 2 years behind me, so we're pretty close. So Jamie said she was just going on her second marriage. We got to get her mic'd up.
Started early.
We got to get a camera and get her mic'd up. We'll do that soon. Anyway, okay. Sorry to interrupt. Continue. Proceed.
Absolutely. So it took a few years to work. Wasn't really sure exactly what I wanted to do. And the more people I met and the more just life experience, I realized I got to be in sales. I need to be out meeting people. I want to be in business and just kind of soak it all in. Mm-hmm. There's really no cap, no limit to what you can do, where you can go. And that took me into college, into business school.
And college was where?
Phoenix.
Not that far away.
Yeah, not that far away. So that was undergrad. The last part of undergrad, I started selling cars.
Got into the auto business. Okay.
Went into the auto business. That was, that was the end of 2007. Everything was on the verge of tanking.
Yeah, because that's right before that financial crisis. And,
Yeah, so it gave me a real, I got a crash course into the economy, personal economics, what to do, what not to do, and all the laws around everything that has to do with personal finances. It was wild.
Yeah.
It was wild, but it gave me a taste of you're not sitting in an office somewhere, you're meeting new people, you're hearing new stories. And, to this day, you've heard me say every customer, every account, every engagement, every meeting is different.
Yeah.
And that's the fun thing about it for me, at least.
Yeah, for sure.
So that kind of started it. From there, I kicked off into the actual professional world, business to business, started.
So how long were you doing selling cars?
2.5 years.
2.5 years.
Yeah.
What? So were you like on a new car lot, used car? Let's get into that a little bit. or were you selling both?
It was a
whatever?
tow truck and a lot. They had the tow truck, you know, the cars they brought in. I just try to sell them to people coming
For
in.
real?
And no.
Oh man, that would have been
for
awesome.
a good story though.
That would have been awesome. That would have been really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, okay, what kind of commercials did you have? Were you that
Yeah,
guy,
you know,
like,
you got to go from city to city,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
the cops find you, and they put a picture up.
all right, so
no,
like a big dealership?
big dealership.
What kind of cars were you selling?
Started off with Honda and Acura.
Okay.
Made some good
Those
friends
sell.
there.
Those sell.
They
Sure.
do. Yeah, it was a good time, and ended up moving up to Lexus. Kind of went up a little bit. Got to drive around in some very high end cars, and really enjoyed that. Kind of gave me a very different outlook on the types of selling experiences, products, types of consumers, and really how to be a chameleon when it comes to needs analysis, relationship building, and the art of the sale,
Yeah.
which is really, you know, it's that give and take, but that give and take is different based on your audience.
Oh yeah, for sure. All right. So 2.5 years in car sales. And what got you to leave? Just a better opportunity, or you got tired of it, or a bad experience, or
I got married.
you got married?
I got married. She had typical Monday through Friday, 8 to 5. Holidays, weekends, most of them I had to work. And so I ended up taking a pretty substantial pay cut and got into B2B sales. So I started with a copier dealer in the first Monday in January 2010. Had my regular schedule.
So it was like this year, just beginning of the year, new things.
Exactly.
All right.
It seems
He knows what's going on. Okay.
yeah. And it was interesting. It was kind of, you know, come on in, and small company based out of Southern California, Los Angeles area, copiers, printers, and, you know, here's a notepad, here's a laptop, here's a pencil, and here's some online curriculums. Figure it out.
And pound the pavement, huh?
Yeah. A lot of phone calls. And what I learned from that was it is a numbers game.
Oh yeah.
And after enough of them, you know, people say, give it 3 to 6 months. You'll finally sell something. I got really fortunate, I feel, that I had 3 deals within the first 3 months.
That's good.
One of them was a tiny Italian restaurant in Anaheim, California called Mama Cosa's. Mama Cosa's. It was Mama Cosa's. Just so happened they had something that went out. I had what they needed. We were able
And your
to work
timing
it
was
out.
perfect, right?
The timing was perfect. What I didn't know is the timing was perfect because they were going to be on diners, drive-ins, and dives with Guy Fieri.
Oh,
One of my favorite
out there.
shows.
There's always that chance you're going to run into some celebrity opportunity, right?
Exactly. So it's not only did it give me my first sale, but it gave me the opportunity to come back in a couple of weeks, be a part of that whole thing, have kind of the inside scoop, meet this, you know, Guy Fieri.
Yeah.
And I guess it kind of set the tone for you never know where you're going to go by meeting people, right place, right time, and also putting in the hard work and making, I guess, the phone calls, introductions, shaking the hands where you would never think this is going to turn out to be something.
Yep.
You never know.
Yep, that's right. So you took that job, wet behind the ears. You know, you're selling cars a lot different than B2B selling copiers and stuff. And
Very.
so you had to get in there. You had to kind of farm some leads. You had to contact them. You had to get out there and hunt them down and close them. It was the whole thing.
Yeah.
All right. So how long were you doing that?
I was with that company for 4 years. I would say the first year was a lot of that.
Yeah.
And within that first year, I also learned what an RFP was.
Okay. Yeah.
One of the most painful things.
We all hate RFPs. RFPs are the bane of my existence. Made money on them. Still hate them.
Yeah. Yeah. Especially when you're a team of one, right?
It's just like an organized tire kicking session. That's all it really is.
It is.
Yeah.
You learn what you don't know.
Least
you learn
common
what you don't like.
denominator is typically chosen. Anyway, I won't rant too long, but okay. So you learned about the RFP.
I learned RFPs. That was, it kind of springboarded my everything.
Yeah.
Won a massive deal, major underdog, kept me very busy and gave me a very good understanding of what it's like to work with an organization. You know, every organization is pretty similar, whether they're nonprofit, they're education, healthcare, business, a lot of the same horizontals. You know, you have your IT, you have your administrators, you have your everyday soldiers, so to speak. So I got to meet that head on.
Yep.
And it was everything from the very front of making all the relationships around 9 campuses and thousands of employees to rolling up your sleeves and driving a delivery truck and getting a copier down if you had to because you were so busy.
Yeah.
But it was awesome. It gave me a taste of what it's like to work hard and see a lot of success early on. And it just kind of fueled everything from there.
All right. So we got to be getting closer and closer to present day. We're about 2012, 2013. So you were there for about four years or so. Then what?
Yeah. Got an itch. I wanted to travel. I got tired of driving around LA and sitting in traffic.
Yeah.
I had enough vendor reps that would come in and they're bouncing from one state to the next. And I thought, wow, that sounds like fun. I've got a degree. Why can't I get one of those jobs? Yeah. And I liked software, the software side of that business at least. So an opportunity came and I became a jet setting software guy.
Okay.
Yeah. So a little bit different. ACDI. So they're, I guess, the world's #1 reseller and partner of PaperCut software.
Okay. Yep. Familiar with PaperCut. Yep.
Yeah.
I can't believe there's a successful software called PaperCut because nobody likes PaperCut. They're literally one of the most painful injuries you can endure. Oh, anyway.
Well, keep in mind, they're an Australian-based company.
Okay.
So they see things from a different perspective.
I watch a lot of Bluey, so I understand Australia.
There you go.
And I'm taught every day more and more by my 7-year-old about what it's like to live in Australia because she's currently addicted to Bluey. In fact, I have 2 Bluey stuffies they sit in my holy crap handles in my truck. I've got Muffin and Socks. Those are my 2 favorite characters. Anyway. Team Muffin all the way. Anyway. Okay. So you jumped to software, you get to travel.
Got to travel and learned kind of more of a channel sales model. So no longer was it people that needed something from you. It was those resellers, those VARs, those MSPs, distributors.
So you got firsthand introduction into the IT channel.
Yeah. Yeah. Everything from, resellers like where I was at when I came into the industry in 2010 to straight up IT managed services, ISVs, which some developed their own products and needed something we had now and then. Others relied solely on us as hey, we have a lot of RFPs that call on this. We need you.
Yeah.
It was everything you can think of. And there was, initially I was one of 2 new hires to a company of 12 that was mainly service people. Okay. So support, tech support. So we kind of took on sales. Engineer side of things. So we took on the sales. I had half the country. My counterpart who they brought on, who was great. In fact, I saw she got promoted today, took on the other half of the country. And a couple thousand resellers, and here you go. Yeah. Here's a computer, here's a CRM.
So in a typical month, how much were you home versus on the road?
Oh boy. Early on, I was probably on the road 4 days a week on average.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. The first 3-4 years, 150,000+ miles a year on an airplane.
Wow.
100+, 120, 130, 150 nights in a hotel.
Wow. That's tough. I mean, not to get too personal, but how was that on the relationship, on the home life?
I was single at the time.
Oh, you were single? You weren't married anymore?
No.
Oh, okay. So that could play into another reason why you were okay to travel.
I had that. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't want to go down to the personal road.
Went into grad school and then decided to not only be in grad school,
you had some of that
travel.
freedom. You didn't have the responsibility of that kind of thing. Okay, cool.
It opened up some doors and it was awesome. I mean, at first I would get excited every time I talked to somebody. Hey, there's a reason to go there and visit. Yeah. So, of course, I would kind of sell that visit because I wanted to get out on an airplane and go try some different restaurants. Yeah. I made it a thing of seeing a museum when I'm in a town or something. And it was really fun at first. Yeah. And then, you start to get older. Now I'm not in my early 30s. I'm in my mid to late 30s. And then it's, then you settle down, the house, the wife. And so traveling started getting much less. And once COVID hit, it became very acceptable not to travel.
In fact, it became very acceptable to work without pants, honestly. I mean, if you say you didn't do it, you're lying.
100%. 100%. Now, this camera is just low enough to where you kept me honest today, but...
Yeah. Yep. I actually hit the thing to bring your chair up a little bit so we can make sure everybody knew you were wearing pants. Nobody knows about me, though. There's at certain levels in the company, you don't have to wear pants.
And that's why we don't have a camera on Jamie yet, but we'll get there.
Yeah. But I tell you what, if there weren't standards, we would have issues. She would be working remotely because, she does HR for us, and it's just an oxymoron. Anyway, moving back on. moving back on. So you're traveling, you're doing the paper cut software sales, and then how long are you doing that before you transitioned into the next step?
Just under 3 years, and it feels like it was a lot longer because while it was very fast paced and not a lot of sleep and a lot of handshakes, a lot of events, a lot of cities, everything, a lot of countries. So much was accomplished in that time. Mm-hmm. Just so much. I feel so grateful and blessed to have been a part of it and to be able to drive a lot of what I was able to drive.
Yeah.
We grew so fast. I worked only with the OEMs at a certain point, and I was able to grow that from 3 to 18.
Okay.
In less than 3 years. And it was amazing. So it felt a lot longer than it was. And it just so happened one of our OEMs, the best one for me, because I lived in Southern California and their U.S. headquarters in Southern California. So I had a lot of interaction with them. Mm-hmm. An opportunity came up that I couldn't pass. The offer came and I said, okay.
So that was Toshiba?
That was Toshiba.
Toshiba.
Yeah. It's, people stay in those companies a long time. The Japanese culture is you get one job, you stay, you work 30, 35 years, you're taken care of, and great culture. America's a little bit different. Our culture's a little bit different, so people bounce around more. I never thought I'd be in the same place for 8 years. I was, and it was good to me.
Did you get to go to Japan at all? To kind of visit the main headquarters or anything?
No, never made it to Japan. You had to be one more tier up. Now, in the last couple of years with Toshiba, I was fortunate enough to work with our actual engineering teams and design and be part of the engineering process, the testing process, really everything for 2 software products, cloud software products. Okay. So it was probably going to get there at some point, right? But you never really know.
Yeah, that's true. All right. So 8 years at Toshiba. What do you remember kind of as the highlight of that step?
So much, in software sales, especially, and in the industry I was in, print, copy, professional services. For some reason, the Western region is always the lowest in numbers, the worst in sales, kind of like that redheaded stepchild that
really
always, which you wouldn't think. The Midwest is beating you. It's like, how is Wisconsin beating California in sales? I don't know. It just does.
Yeah.
So being able to take that region over time with a really good team, next to me, below me, above me, and being able to think outside of the box and go from, the lowest to second to first and kind of fighting it out for that top spot on a regular basis was great. Being able to have my name on a couple of products that I was there from day one when it's nothing on a blank slate to an awesome product that's selling all over the place. Those were probably the 2 coolest things. And of course, I got to manage in a lot of ways our AEG partnership.
Okay.
So we had suites at stadiums.
Yeah. So you got to go
concerts, games. That was very nice.
Yeah.
Very nice. Yes.
Very cool. Very cool. Okay. So now you're at Panacea.
Yeah.
And you're in Wisconsin.
Yeah.
And something that I just blows my mind. You're a Packer fan, but you're a California Packer fan. I mean, it's not like California doesn't have enough football teams already, but none of those were good enough. But the Packers stole your heart, huh? And it's been like that forever?
It's been like that forever. My dad was born and raised in Wauwatosa.
Oh, he's a Tosa guy.
He's a Tosa guy. Went to Tosa East, the whole thing. So
he moved out west?
He did. When he was 18, finished high school, moved out west, and met my mom. The rest was history. He was living in Ojai, little small town. It's kind of on the map now because the celebrities going there to hide from the paparazzi.
Right.
That started it all.
So you had some roots in Wisconsin. So he was a Packer fan.
Oh yeah.
So you guys were bleeding green and gold out on the West Coast when a lot of people are red and gold and or black and silver and
black
stuff.
And silver. Yeah. The blue and gold.
Yeah.
The only Chargers games we would go to or Rams games we would go to was when they were playing the Packers.
Yeah.
It worked out that way.
It's kind of like I was born and raised in Texas, but I've lived up north longer now. And I never got to go to a Cowboys game in Texas Stadium or AT&T down there. But the only time I've ever seen the Cowboys live was playing the Packers up here. So, yeah.
You're better off. The fans are better up here.
Yeah, I mean, I think even seeing from afar, I mean, AT&T Stadium looks impressive. It's huge. It's a cool looking place, but the experience up here is awesome. I mean, just even going as a I don't dislike the Packers. I just like my team and I like to see the Packers win. But when you get to go and you go through the whole experience, I mean, it's pretty awesome.
There's nothing like it.
I mean, by the time the game starts and you get in the stadium, you're like, this is okay. Because you've already had so much fun. You know, you got to now concentrate and you're freezing. And anyway, you got to sit still kind of. But all right, back to you. All right. So kind of what brought you to the place to be open to come to Wisconsin and know that you're going to be doing something new?
Oh man, left California kind of in I guess I hit call it a midlife crisis.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was like, I got my car. I don't have my, I moved kind of just, let me stay a few places here and there, get some different climates under my belt, look at where I might want to settle down, start a new chapter in life, the second half, I guess, turn 40 and all that.
Yeah.
Wisconsin was on the list. I got family here. My aunt's been here forever. My uncle's been here forever. My dad moved back up here now. Okay. So he's here.
Is he down in the Wauwatosa area now? Or
Brookfield.
Brookfield. Okay,
Yeah,
so he's close.
enough.
Yeah, he's a little bit further west.
Yeah.
I mean, Brookfield now is probably what Wauwatosa was back when he was younger, because everything kind of expands. Yeah.
Yeah, it's grown up a lot out there.
Yeah.
So we're all pretty close, but yeah, I started looking around and, life things happen, family things happen, people get older, health, whatever you want to call it. Just so happened that I ended up settling down here. Wasn't sure for how long. I thought, let me give it a try.
Yeah.
As you know, I have a house full of things in California stored still. Yeah. It was, let's give this a try and kind of see how it goes. And within a few months, I kind of fell in love. I'm that weird guy that loves the snow and the cold weather and all the inclement stuff that most people hate that live here, that want to escape. I love that. I don't know why. Maybe because I didn't grow up with it. So I feel blessed to have the snow when you guys are cursing at the roads.
Yeah. I mean, it's fine until about it's still snowing in March and stuff. And then I'm like, okay, I've had enough. It's time to go. It's time to go. But it's basically spring here now. So enjoy it while it lasts.
Last year,
don't get used to it.
Still snowing.
It'll be different tomorrow. So
yeah, exactly.
All right, cool. Well, let's go back a few weeks to, almost a month or so ago now. And, we're looking to build a team here on the sales and marketing side of things. And we post on Indeed and a couple other spots. You saw it. And what did you see that kind of said, okay, I'll flag that one. Maybe I'll respond.
The most fun that I've had, and I would say the most success I've had, and where I've spent most of my professional career, has been with small to medium-sized companies that are either starting a new division, looking to start a new product, failing miserably in a marketplace and need help.
We're not quite failing, but it's okay.
No.
But yeah, I know what you mean. I do know what you mean.
Coming in and being part of something when it's, 10 employees, 12 employees, 15 employees, we got a couple of products, but we're looking to grow. I've done a lot of that.
Yeah.
I've been successful at it, but more importantly, I really enjoy it. You get to be part of something. When you look back, it's not, hey, I was a number on a wall of 7,000 others. Nobody knows me.
Right.
If they look up on LinkedIn on this company, employees that start with this name in their letter, there's 50 people, 100 people, 500 people. It's different. It kind of becomes personal.
Yeah. It's interesting that you pointed that out, because the immediate thing that popped in my mind is I get a lot of messages from people on LinkedIn, and sometimes I go down the rabbit hole of LinkedIn time wasting, and you'll see people and, you'll see people up on LinkedIn and they're so proud of being an employee or associated with this huge brand. You name the big brand that everybody knows globally. And that's great, because there's a sense of a pride in being, chosen and accepted into something so huge that everybody in the world has heard of it.
Absolutely.
But the inverse of that is that brand doesn't know you. You know what I mean? That, the massiveness of something like that, if you were to suddenly not be there anymore, where's the impact? The impact is almost like, right. And I typically don't look at things like that, but that's what I think of. And I've never been in a huge, massive, I used to work for the Boy Scouts of America, big organization, thousands of companies. I think I made an impact in a small area. People that I served and volunteers and people, the kids that we got involved in the program back then would remember me now, but you know what I mean? I left to move on to other things, and like the big, massive steamroller, they just moved on.
Yeah.
Not like they threw a pity party that Brian was gone. Not that I want that, but you know what I mean? So
they find a way to move on, and you may make a bigger impact here or there. It's usually with the people in the day-to-day.
Yeah.
Is where the impact is. It's not where you're going to be recognized, and that's okay. A lot of people aren't doing it. They're doing it more for the paycheck. They're doing it for the, security. Let's be honest. That's a lot of it is.
Yeah.
Which I get, and that's great for a lot of people. I can tell you that I met more people at a small software company that, grew substantially in the time, just under 3 years in the time I was there. I met more people from Canada through Latin America, especially on the East Coast and Midwest, in that short period of time than I met in 8 years at a large company. And if you tripled that, still more people in that amount of time. And those are the people to this day that I can reach out to on LinkedIn, which is really funny. I'll end up, oh, hey, I'm working here. I'm going to be out there. You want to, yeah, let's get together. So it's really kind of cool, in a smaller, thriving, flourishing company that has nothing but, the sky's the limit. A lot more happens.
Yep.
That's a lot more fun. I feel like that's where we're at here. And the sky's the limit.
Yeah, absolutely. So what stood out about us to you when you started to look into us?
I got to be honest, the logo was a big part of it. I keep going back to the logo.
Give this man a raise. I don't know who's responsible for that logo, but no.
I keep going back to the logo. I love it. I love the colors. And I'm a big, in working with Toshiba, I learned a lot about branding and marketing because there was such an emphasis on it. I can't even tell you.
Yeah.
And you start to realize how it actually makes its way in your head. And you see something that stands out and you're like, oh, I'll never forget that logo. I couldn't forget our logo if I tried. And then the colors with it, you really can't forget it.
That's the idea.
It's like I'm in Miami. It's 11:30 at night on a weeknight. It's packed in South Beach. That's the color of the lights.
Yep.
And then you got the owl.
It's funny. Yeah. So we talked about the owl the other day, but the whole colors, it's so funny. I don't honestly understand what stood out to me to want to use those colors. When I took a job years and years ago, before I got into IT stuff, I took a job because I used to be in nonprofit work. I took a job with the YMCA locally where I live. And it was just at the time that the YMCA was changing to the Y, and you had to go on with this whole new national rebranding kind of thing. So I took the job. Part of the objective was to change everything, which that's never fun in an old community where everybody's been the same way for 50 years and stuff. But the whole website had to be run. We had to rebrand everything, all of our publications, the signs outside, everything. From YMCA, as you've always seen it, to just this big Y that says the Y. But we got to choose our colors and all this fun stuff. And I didn't realize until months into rebranding us here with these colors and stuff that I used the same colors then, like 15 years ago. And they're not none of the three colors that I use, that kind of that fuchsia pink, that purple, or that blue, none of those are like, if someone asked me what my favorite colors are, none of those would show up. Yeah. I like them and they're attractive to me, but for some reason, my mind knows that they attract people's eyes, the dynamics. And and the thing it reminds me of the most when I sit and think and laugh about it is the Taco Bell colors from like the 90s. Go back and look at the Taco Bell colors from the 90s. Go back and look at
Liv Moss.
Go like Yo Quiero Taco Bell times, right? Go back and look what the Taco Bells, the colors, the seats inside. And it's probably the reason, because when I was in high school, we would go down to Menominee and we'd cruise up and down the strip and we'd end up at Taco Bell because it was at one end, and we'd always end up at Taco Bell and sitting in those blue and purple seats. Anyway, other thing is like, the other thing that was super popular during that time was the Charlotte Hornets. It just came out in the NBA, and their colors, these are their colors. So something came in, like the jet skis back in the 90s and stuff. Those jet skis, you look on TV, you look at the
best colors.
There were these colors.
Yeah.
So anyway, yeah. So
Too much Miami Vice when you were a kid and Taco Bell when you were a teenager, but it's okay. It worked
I
out.
love Taco Bell. Anyway, not so much anymore. It doesn't sit well anymore, if you know what I mean.
It's an age thing, man.
Yeah.
It's an age thing.
Anything about the interview process that surprised you or kind of maybe took you off guard during interview, kind of onboarding stuff?
So an attractive thing about this team and this company is
Jamie's hair.
Oh, I mean I was doing a little LinkedIn stalking before I came in on site. I'm like, okay. And then she sends me an email with an address. Just look for the neon green Jeep. That's mine.
Yep.
Well, that's an interesting thing to say. And then it dawned on me, wait a second. We had a Zoom interview and she had a pink racing chair as her office chair.
Yep,
so it's all
she's
kind of
real
starting
colorful.
Very colorful. Yeah. But it said a lot about the culture. And I spent a lot of time in the same industry, and I tried to get out desperately. I wanted nothing to do with printers, copiers at all. They say toner runs in your veins, and sure enough, before here, as hard as I tried, I got roped right back in. So I was really trying to get out, but that interview process was always very similar. Somebody knew me somehow, and everything spoke for itself on LinkedIn, on paper, or through who they knew. And it was like, okay, it's
a formality. Just get it done.
It's a formality. We have to just do this. Yada, yada. Okay, done. This was not that way. Very different industry, which I love. Still software, tech, which is, in my heart's heart of that's my passion.
I will never make you sell a printer or a copier, so don't worry about that.
If I have
you might have to change the ink for Jamie, maybe if she doesn't want to, but
that's
other than
easy. Yeah, I'll call tech support.
Yeah. Just make Ken do it. Yeah.
Hello. Sold them. Don't know how to work on them, but actually at one point I did. But very different but still software. It still felt like that software company. It really brought me back to 2014. So when I started that interview process, again, that was a vendor I had used for a very rare situation at one of my community colleges that I won via an RFP. Mm-hmm. Somebody I knew had gone to work there. He called me and said, they're hiring. I know you want out. One conversation, I'm on a plane. I'm flying back to Little Rock, Arkansas.
Ooh, nice.
Never thought I would even cross paths with Little Rock, Arkansas. Yeah. Very unconventional. I thought, okay, we'll book you a flight. We'll do this. Okay. Horrible travel day. First and last time on Frontier Airlines. That'll never happen again. Missed my interview. Got to stay the night in Dallas in a hailstorm, thunderstorm. Learned that Dallas has the worst weather for canceling flights in the summer than any place else. Kind of fun, little tidbit. But it reminded me of that with this in that, we had a conversation. Then it's, well, come on in. And right to it. Yep. Good conversation again, and then let's get on the phone and start actually doing this and see what we're doing here. Yep. Like, all right, well, I wasn't expecting that. Yeah, this is the first time since we've hired people into this role over the years that we've decided, and it was me just saying, you know what, everybody says they can do it. They say they're excited to do it because the interviews are what they are. But I'd never made someone come back a second time and just sat them down and said, make some calls. Give us a couple hours. I know you're not going to book any meetings. If you do, fantastic. But I just want to see if you're willing to pick up the phone and put yourself out there in something you know really nothing about, because it takes courage. It takes courage when you know all the answers, because you're getting beat down by no's all the time. But especially if someone sits you down in front of a computer and say, start, click, and go. Start calling medical clinics in Miami.
Yeah. Why not?
The 305. I mean, I should have brought an AirPod.
We did a big deal in Miami. We're taking a trip, brother. We're going to see some palm trees. I've
got a great speakeasy there that's in a Mexican restaurant. The door to the speakeasy is an outhouse inside the restaurant. So it looks like a bathroom.
Nice.
But it's not. It's a speakeasy.
What's the place in Milwaukee that's the, what's the name of that place? I can never remember the name of it. It's basically like a spy bar. Have you heard of this place in Milwaukee?
No.
Oh yeah, you got to go. If my wife was here, she would know. It's called, anyway, so if anybody ever watched this, put in the comments, call me a dummy because I can't remember.
Yes. I need to know this.
It's a cool, I'll find it. And you and your wife got to go there. So it's the coolest experience. So you go in the front door and you got to know the password to get in. If you don't know the password, then they kind of make a fool out of you for a little bit. Eventually they'll let you in, but you get inside the whole place. It's this huge place, lots of different sections and areas. and it's all built to be like 50, 60, 70s 007 spy bar.
Oh.
So like weird things. You've never been there? You've never been there either? Oh, you got to go. It's worth it. It's a cool place. It's a really cool place. And the funny thing is when you're in the front trying to get in, you're on camera and they're piping you into everybody inside.
Oh, yeah. They're shaming you right there.
It's awesome.
Okay.
It's awesome. And there's little tricks they play on you when you go in the bathroom and stuff. Like there's like a statue in one of the bathrooms that it says don't lift, like right in the midsection. If you lift, it's another camera and they got you again. It's funny. But what's the name of that? Jen's probably listening right now. She's going, Brian, why don't you remember we've been there? But
this is definitely on the list of places.
Yeah, we went there with friends years and years ago. It was so fun. But anyway, yeah, well, I'm glad that worked because you made it. You weren't the only person that did it, but you made it. So,
can I tell you real quick about?
No, sorry, we're moving on. No, just kidding. Yeah, go ahead.
So you think that was kind of putting somebody on the spot or kind of out of the ordinary?
Yeah.
I interviewed once for a company. This was back in 2013. They actually kind of found me. Weird thing on LinkedIn. They made about 30% of the West Coast's big TSA machines to scan your luggage at the airport. So I had a phone call interview, and he sends me an email. This is the owner of the company. He sends me an email. We're talking paragraphs. I'm like, boy, you haven't been in sales because, buddy, you're losing me here. I had to handwrite in pen, handwritten in pen. It was about a 4-page essay.
No way.
I kid you not. Now, I've been working for 3 years in tech. I don't even have a printer at home. I don't write. I use an iPad. I take all my notes in there. I keep everything so I can't lose it because I'm always on the run.
Yeah.
I'm trying to be that guy. You know, I got an Apple Watch, before they had Apple Watch, I had the iPad or the little iPod with the band.
Oh.
I mean, I was trying to be pretty techie here, I had to write a 4-page essay, front and back, mind you, in pen, in cursive. And there couldn't be any whiteout mistakes.
I just remembered the name of the place. Sorry. If I didn't say it, I was going to forget. It's called the Safe House.
There we go.
That's the name of the bar. Look it up.
I can't forget that.
Safe House. Everybody go to the Safe House. Anyway, go ahead. Sorry.
That was the most, it could have been worse. It could have been that. If you would have made me write I only messed up once, luckily. I was about a paragraph in and I had to toss it because I made a mistake with the pen. Had to be an ink and no whiteout. So,
jeez.
So next time you're interviewing and you think you're going too far, you're being pushed, let me tell you, if you have to write an essay in pen with no whiteout, there you go.
I don't want to write an essay again in my life. What's up? Yeah. You raised your hand.
What was the topic and what was your grade?
Oh, yeah, topic and the grade.
It got me another interview, and they turned out, got a nice 3-hour tour of the place. Didn't hire anybody. They decided not to hire for a while. I don't really know. It was an interesting thing. But he did commend me and said I was the only person he interviewed because I was the only one that wrote the essay. Yeah, he said it was really just a test to see how bad somebody wanted it. So I guess I passed the test. In all honesty, I probably could have thrown in some Spanglish in there and just mixed it up. Like this one night at Taco Bell, I went. It was questions. I don't remember the topic. It was very random because it was not really on business, sales. It was out there, completely disconnected. And I thought, am I on a show? Is this a prank? Did my current boss find out, pay somebody to see
on the other side of this whole thing?
Yeah, it was very bizarre. But I don't remember the topic. It got me an interview that went nowhere. So,
all right. Well, you've been with us tomorrow a week. What's the first week been like?
Learning, absolutely learning. Different industry, different product set. And I think at first a lot of people get bogged down by that. A lot of people think, oh man, I don't know this. And it starts to stress you out. It's easy to do.
Yeah.
And after a day or two, you meet with a few people internally. You talk about what they do, and you start to realize that everything is related. Yeah. Whatever industry it is, whatever product, whatever market or vertical or type of consumer you're chasing, it really is very similar in that people have problems. We have problems. Well, we have needs. We have problems and needs. You may have a financial problem. You need to buy a new pool. I don't know. Fix your pool, I should say. But everybody has needs. And so if you just kind of scale it back and realize we all have needs. Every business has inefficiencies. Every business could be better. Mm-hmm. Every person would like things to be better. There's always going to be a need of some kind. And it's really, I think, being here over the past few days, this week, speaking with different people, it's, being on a meeting with you, it's a lot of similarities in that you're really forging a relationship. Mm-hmm. You're finding out about people. You're learning about their practice or their life or their dreams, their business, whatever it is. And you're seeing what works and what doesn't work and where they have a need and how you can fulfill that, not by trying to shove something down their throat, but by actually listening to them and seeing, hey, okay, well, this is what we do. I think this can work. It can be mutually beneficial. So I guess that's kind of the nice thing about sales. Yeah. And software is different industry, different product, but in a lot of ways, it's really pretty similar.
Anything so far coming in this week that you've learned about us, what we're doing, those kind of things that surprised you? That you were like, well, I didn't expect this was going to be something that we did, or I thought I was just getting into a company doing that.
Wearing slippers in the office, 100%.
You're lucky she had shoes on at all.
As soon as it's warm, you'll find it.
Yeah. She just doesn't wear shoes.
Thanks for the warning. Yeah. That's what I'll be working from home, right?
Yeah, probably. There's an odd smell now that you mentioned. No, just kidding. Her feet are fine.
Closed door.
Yeah.
Oh, that's why you have the big fan.
That's just patchouli, so don't worry about it. Anyway, so okay.
I would say looking at the website, of course, what drew me in was tech. I'm looking at managed services. I'm like, oh man, I love this. This is,
Yep.
And in being with the team this week, seeing kind of what goes on, seeing the the clients and speaking with everybody, I realize that it is a little bit more focused. But what you offer to the medical industry, especially, is you offer an entire holistic offering, products, go-to-market solution.
Yeah.
It's holistic.
Yep.
And I've been in enough throughout my career, 1 or 2, 3 people medical offices where they need everything we do.
Yep.
And that's been the coolest thing to me, is knowing that, okay, that person that I've talked to before, where it's like, I feel your pain, I can help you with some of it. Now I know that I'm with a company that can come in and we can give them everything. It's a holistic solution to a lot of problems, which is super cool.
It is cool. There's a challenge there too, because it's really hard to hyper focus in your messaging. But at the same time, if you get your feet in the door with one, it's really easy to start helping more with other things too. So it hasn't been too challenging or anything yet. Probably the most challenging thing is just having the endurance to sit and listen and watch things right now, right?
Getting set up, it gets easier as you go with time. Yeah. And then it also gets more difficult because you're like, it's been a while since I did this. How do I resize it?
Yeah.
How do I turn my Outlook from dark to light? It's been on dark for, I don't know. No, I wouldn't say it's been too difficult at all. When you're, again, it's seeing that, we're all human. Yeah. We're all kind of doing the same thing, and that we're having a conversation with somebody who has a problem. We're here to fix it. So no, I wouldn't say it's been too, very complicated at all. If anything, I would say, the vision and what we do here is everybody's very well aligned. It's very clear what we do, and it's something that's attainable. It's achievable. Yeah. For us as a team, for everything we have right now, it's very achievable. So no, it's been cool so far.
Awesome. So from your perspective, if you were going to visualize it a little further out ahead, what do you feel like your role is really going to look like the next 60, 90 days out to a year? And how do you feel you're going to be able to make the most impact?
I would say kind of setting the tone and laying a foundation when it comes to going to market, forging best practices, for your average business development person, for your average sales rep, whether it's inside, outside. I've had a lot of years around this, whether it's channel business to business and working with sales reps who are like, man, I don't know how to cold call. I don't know what to do. What do I say to this? What do I say to that? So I think taking everything and putting it to work here with this company, with our offering, and really forging that best practice of what's going to be the easiest thing for somebody who comes in and maybe has never sold anything, doesn't know this industry, doesn't know software, doesn't know tech, any of it.
And those people will come eventually, but just not yet.
They will.
Yeah.
I think the biggest thing is when you go into anything new, it's knowing that somebody has your back.
Mm-hmm.
Knowing that, okay, I don't know everything. And it's a little nerve-wracking.
Mm-hmm.
But knowing somebody's got my back.
Yep.
And that's always kind of been, my focus, whether it's leading a team or working with, a new reseller, it's I got your back. So being able to figure out, or I guess hone in on what's the best of everything, get that worked out, and really start working with, more customers, expanding kind of our focus, but also honing in on exactly what works and where we fit the best. And from there, obviously just making a lot of sales, but building a team around that and being able to expand to where there's a C in front of my name on the placard on the door with a cool owl.
That's right. Yeah. Absolutely. We're going to need to do that. We start where we are and we add more and more. The tide rises and all the ships go up with it. Yeah. So, what drives you personally? Like, what gets you out of bed in the morning?
Oh boy, that has changed a lot as I've...
Now, what is it now?
What is it now? Being part of something.
Yeah.
Being part of something. You can jump on a plane, go on a cool trip, eat at the best restaurant, spend a lot of money on a corporate card or of your own. It can be very lonely.
Yeah.
And being a part of something is it's being able to drive in every day, have a beautiful drive, hour long, fun, country roads, snow, deer, trees, farmhouses. Being a part of something, I would say. Knowing that I'm coming in working with, we're like a family here.
That's what it's like, yeah.
Yeah, it's like a family. Everybody's welcoming and we're all in it together and being a part of something. It's a good something to be a part of.
There you go. What are you hoping this opportunity, this role allows you to build for yourself long term?
I would say okay, don't take this out of context. This is an ego thing. But I would say, in a sense, a legacy. You work at enough places, you grow something, and then it's on to the next one. Mm-hmm. And I guess it's just age, or maybe it's where I'm at in life. I'm really chill here in Wisconsin.
Yeah.
I have so much peace. I've never been at this much peace. So maybe that's it. Maybe now I'm just relaxed. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Calm is good.
Yeah.
But I think, being able to be part of a cool family like this and build it out more. I've done it before. I want to do it again, but this time, the longevity of it.
Very cool. All right. What would you tell someone who's thinking about making a career change that kind of feels stuck, maybe the way you did before you came north?
I think we're at a very unique time. COVID changed a lot of things, some for the better, a lot for the worse, when it comes to looking for a job. You have people that were, making $200,000 a year with this title, and now they're one of 200, 300, 1,000 people hoping to get a job at a Dell, at an Aero Electronics, making $110,000 a year, being a number of thousands, hoping to have just security. So in the job market, in the job hunts, I know a large amount of people that have been out of work it took them a year or more to find a job. And you get on LinkedIn, you see, especially if you pay for premium, you see all the analytics. Well, I'm in the top 10% of 1,800 people. That means I only have to beat out 180 people. Gee, my odds are great. You almost feel like you're playing the lotto. What I would say to anybody is, one, don't be discouraged, because it is not the easiest thing to get one of those jobs with those big companies, especially the newer tech, the people that are blowing up, the names you see that are like rising, like everybody wants to work there. They're cool, they're trendy, they have nap stations. They're not really that cool and fun. I've worked with a lot of them. It's overrated, and they lay people off all the time. So you get that mortgage, you get that car. When you are let go, you're going to hate it.
Yeah.
What I would say is look at what makes you happy. Whatever makes you happy, because the money comes, the finance, everything works out financially. But what makes you happy? What do you really enjoy doing about what you have done and what you want to do? And from there, pursue it. You got to be patient, but pursue it. And don't rule out smaller companies, startup companies, the trades. I know people that, a lot of people actually around here that are in the trades and absolutely love it. Iron workers, union workers on the roads. Like, I get to play with a backhoe all day. I love it. Never thought of that. I did that when I was a kid. It was kind of cool.
It was fun, right?
It was fun. You're never too
Every time
old.
I see people like on a construction site on a backhoe or some big tractor, I'm just like, oh, what if? That would have been so cool.
What if I could
Hey,
drive
they get
a
paid pretty well too.
$3 million, 70-ton piece of machinery around? Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, there we go. I'll drive the tractor.
Yeah. Zero turn. I think that's what they call it. The zero.
Oh, the zero turn lawnmowers. Ken's got one of those.
Those are so much fun.
Yeah.
My cousin bought one. He lives in Texas.
They're fast, right?
They're fast. So we would at night, like in the summer, have a couple beers, grill, do the thing. Then the guys
Go zero turning.
Oh yeah, go zero turning on his 3 acres. It was a blast. It was the most fun. There's videos of me it was some of the most fun I've had. But that kind of goes back to the whole career thing. You're never too old to make a change. You never know. You change at different points in your life. Priorities change, personality, everything changes, and you never know what might be exactly what you need at a time when you didn't expect it. So pursue everything. Don't turn anything away, and you never know.
Cool. Well, thanks for running that professional gauntlet and telling your life story. That was fun. It was. And I got to learn more than I knew about you from the interviews and us talking in the last few days. But one more quick thing, some little rapid fire fun.
All right.
So I'm just going to give you some choices to make and you tell me which is your preference.
Let's do it.
One or the other. And all right, let's just go. All right. Coffee or energy drink?
Coffee.
All right. Let's say black or dressed up coffee.
It would have to be dressed up because I don't drink coffee.
So you don't drink energy drinks either then?
No, sir.
All right. But if you did, you would do both. Or you would do, if you did, you would pick coffee over energy drink.
I would go coffee. I would go iced Americano.
Iced Americano. There we go. I'm an Americano guy too. Black. Early bird or night owl?
Early bird all day long.
Really? So you go to bed early, get up early?
Asleep by 10 at the latest, up around 4:30, 4:40.
Okay. There you go. Dream vacation.
Go Greenland. Let's go Greenland, maybe Norway, somewhere I can catch northern lights and have that real cool European experience.
Oh, there you go. I don't know if I've ever had someone say Greenland. Greenland's in the news these days. You know that? Apparently we might annex them or buy them or...
If I can dual citizenship this or have a remote office for Panacea over there, it's happening.
Yeah.
We're doing this.
You don't have to go far from here to get northern lights. Sometimes you get them here. They've been recent. But
They have been.
I went to high school up in the UP and it happened all the time. All right. Now we know a little bit more. Boxer or briefs?
Boxer briefs.
Boxer briefs. Yeah, me too. I think everybody's boxer briefs these days. Anyway. All right, Brandon, this has been fun.
Absolutely.
Everybody, thanks for tuning in for episode number 101. Before we know it, we'll be at 200. But thanks again. We'll talk to you guys tomorrow.